today's going to be a quick demo of taking MagicDraw model elements and creating new functions inside of IBM doors. And the current state, DataHub supports 9.2 and higher, all the way to 9.6. It also supports next-gen NCSV import-export. Today, you can see that I have the doors application up and running. I will show you that you only need to have it running, and then we'll move forward from here. So I've started with a blank project. Does not matter what project with inside of MagicDraw you use. It could be anything from a UML diagram to SysML or UPDM or even BPMN if that's the focus of choice. Today, within this, we will go ahead and create a couple structured functions here. We will start with an element, and we'll start with a package, and we'll call this requirements since we're working with doors. Within there, we can go ahead and create a few elements, and you see that I have not started to do any diagramming. There's no reason for this. We can either keep this pretty basic. Within requirements, we have a package and we have two elements you see. We have not started the DataHub plugin just yet. We're going to go ahead and make a secondary package. We're going to call this requirements for system, and we'll maybe keep those as our stakeholder requirements. So we'll go ahead and build two more elements pretty quickly. And you see within the new version of MagicDraw, this is 18.4, that the drop-down boxes have changed from the right-click and adding. So let's go ahead and start our DataHub. How we do that is we go to Tools, DataHub, we start the DataHub Explorer. DataHub, the Explorer will automatically add a package, and you'll see it show up on the left-hand side of the DataHub sync. You do not need to worry about that function within it, within the capabilities of MagicDraw. Once you get the Explorer, you can move it around just like anything else. Today we'll keep it on the right hand side since we're not really doing too much. What we'll do is we'll add our data source, and we'll be using the client version, so the non-next gen. In the 18.4 version of Cameo DataHub, we do have a new integration with the HP Application Lifecycle Management tool. Once it's connected, you'll see that you'll have a doors database, and you see all our current database for what we're doing. For today, we're not even going to use the Bluetooth requirements, the Looney Tunes, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We'll go ahead and start our own. What I'm going to do is actually build a formal module. So what we do is, this is doors. We can add, write, delete, whatever we would normally do, and start a new formal module. And we'll call it testbed. Within the test bed, we are going to need these nodes. I'll leave requirements and requirements for systems as my header. So one of the things, one of the most important things you want to do, in my opinion, is go back up to Tools and DataHub and go to something called the Schema Map Manager. In the Schema Map Manager, you'll have some default settings. What I like to do is I like to remove the default settings, both on the formal module and on the object. And this makes it so no matter what I bring over is capable. One of the things we don't have yet within these requirements are relations. So to do that as quickly as possible, we can go ahead and bring those two nodes out, and then we can bring these two nodes out. And for sake of just basic modeling, we don't need to do derives or anything like that. We'll just use a regular dependency matrix here, and we'll just have outgoing links and incoming links from one to the other. Now I can drag and drop this folder on top of testbed at any time, and A and B, you will see, will come over. We'll use this as a formal module, and then we'll go ahead and use this as as an object as well. So we want object for both. So we're going to use object headings within the DataHub sync window, you'll see a couple things to explain Cameo sync data. So this is two ways, meaning I can go from MagicDraw to doors or doors to MagicDraw, and you can edit on both sides. If you delete something in sync, it'll delete on either side. You can always do a one way or a from either way, from either side, whatever's easiest for you and more conducive to your environment. Within this, we don't have any relationships, you see, because we didn't bring it over both. So we'll do one, and then we'll do the other, and I'll show you that the relationship will then be able to be populated with inside of your link module. One of the basic caveats for DataHub is to have that function. So you can see that that's here, but let's show you what it looks like indoors. You have testbed as my formal module, as stated, and now you see you have Rex 1 and 1, so just as it was in MagicDraw. So we'll go ahead and minimize this for now, and we'll bring it back. So what we need to do is we need to bring Rex for the system because we need those links to populate. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and drag and drop this, move that over, and you can see that the window populated again. What we're going to do is actually we're going to do individual mapping for this, just because it'll make it a little bit easier, and you can maybe understand where we're going. So we know that we're going to go into the testbed, and we're going to go into the testbed object again, but now we have links. So we could either use the doors links that we've already pre-built, or the Teenage Mutant ones. We'll go ahead and use the doors links that we've pre-built, and we can use for the same one. At this time, there's no name or anything associated to that, so we can go within that. If we did not want to bring the links, you have this exclude all unmapped nodes for DataHub links. We can always do that and then add the links later. That's always an option. So DataHub is now a plugin. In the some of the older versions, it was not. So this really makes it a lot easier within it. So what we'll need to do is, now that it's here, we're going to go ahead and reload it. So we'll get our links. While that's going, we'll go ahead and bring our doors back open, and you can see we have 2 outbound links and 2 inbound links, and those functions are there. So we go back to MagicDraw and the DataHub Explorer, and you have those functions. Everything else is pretty explanatory. If you wanted to add links from the door side, we can go ahead and do that. So if we wanted to say that A has a link, we can always start the link and we can go to B. We can say link from start. Once that is then completed, obviously we need to clear start. We can go ahead and save this on this side. We can either do 2 things. We can reload the project and then sync it, which normally is my recommendation, is just to kind of reload that we have that. And there's multiple ways this syncs. We can sync from doors, we can sync from this button right here, or we can sync from the MagicDraw side. Does not matter. Since we're in the Explorer, and why not go ahead and just choose this one. It's going to ask me a bunch of questions. Depending on how advanced of a user you are, you can have those turned off. Now this is where the power of DataHub actually comes in. In doors, it's not as easy to go ahead and label links, but in MagicDraw we want to label those relationships. So we went from A to B. Maybe this is it's a copy or a trace. Is probably the best function for right now. So we'll go ahead and show you a trace link. You can see it added the relationship while it was doing the sync. Now it doesn't automatically add it to the diagram, but if you do shift, hold those 2 and label them, you can right click on it and you can just say display paths, and that trace link will now show up. So what we can do here is make this a little bit bigger so we can see it, and we'll move this trace to the middle, and now you can see the relationships. Nothing too explanatory, nothing too hard here. Hopefully you understand what's moving forward with DataHub and syncing between DataHub and doors. So we went both directions with links and a few object nodes. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me.